At Wordle is just a matter of random luck. I'm here to tell you it's not. You can greatly improve your chances of winning by picking the right first word. And in this video, we'll show you how to do that. Plus, we'll tell you what the absolute best word is to start with and why. Stick around till the end when we show you words that you shouldn't start with. If you're strategic and understand how I select the best first word, you'll greatly improve your chances of winning and picking your second and your third, etc. So let's get started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is make this a little bit bigger so it's easier for you to see what I have to share. So we're going to break the letters of the alphabet down into two groups, vowels and consonants. If you can remember back to grammar school. Let's look at the vowels first. So we know the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, as we learned in school, and occasionally Y. If you remember that, Y was what we call a quasi-vowel. So we're going to focus on that. And what we want to do is strategically pick the best vowels to start with. So since Wordle is a game of about a five-letter word, most of these words are going to have two vowels in them. So we want to start off by picking two vowels. So which ones are we going to pick? So before I tell you how to do that, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Mary Schaefer, founder of AP Now. And in most of our other works, if you've been on this channel before, you know we share with the accounting and accounts payable community information about best practices to run a fraud-resistant, regulatory-compliant accounts payable function. But today we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about Wordle because I think it's boring. Now, I'm not going to bore you with the math behind all of this, but what you want to do is pick the first two most common vowels, and they are E and A. Just FYI, E and A also happen to be the most common letters in the alphabet. So we're going to pick E and A, and we want a word that has E and A in it. Now, for the time being, let's put the vowels aside, and let's now take a look at the consonants. The consonants in most popular order are as followed: R, T, N, S. Okay, with R being the most common. So if we were going to follow my theory, we would pick a word that has R, has an E, has an A, has an R, has a T, and has an N in it, okay? And I'm going to save you a lot of aggravation, but there is no such word. You can, bat your head against the wall. There's no word in the English language that contains those five letters. And if you've been playing Wordle for any amount of time, that they won't let you put in a word that's not a legitimate word. So you won't be able to put it in. So let's throw out the N. Okay, let's throw out that N and let's replace it with an S. Okay. And this way, with this online game, you'll have a much better chance of winning. So again, you can look at those letters and you come up with the word tears. Okay, T-E-A-R-S. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started playing this, I knew I'd come up with the two vowels in the word, and I wasn't using this. I was using stare, chair, there, T-H-E-I-R. And they worked pretty well, but they did not work as well as tears. Okay, so you want to start, I believe you should start with your first word as tears. Now, I've read a number of articles. People have different views. They've come up with some different words, etc. And interestingly enough, I did not come across tears. But here are some of the other words that people like to start with: atone, orate, alone, media, radio, raise, ado, alert, notes, resin, tares, and senior. Okay, now these are words that people start with. Now, if you're interested, just FYI, in what the next common vowels are. So remember E and then A, followed by I, followed by O, and followed by U. Okay, and so those are the most common words. Other common consonants, just in order of their appearance, if you will: L, C, D, P, M, H. Okay, now before we get to the absolute worst words, and there are some worst words that will set you behind the eight ball, probability wise anyway, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel. It's completely private, it's free, and you can unsubscribe at any time by just ringing the bell next to the subscribe button. If you ring that bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube, you'll be notified anytime we post new content. And we post new accounts payable content twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And for the next few Saturdays, we'll be posting short videos on Wordle. So, come back and see us Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, I promised we were going to talk about the worst words before we sign off. And so let's do that. So the worst letters, or the least common, not worst, the least common letters in the alphabet, according to the research that I read, and you probably can figure these out pretty much yourself: Q, J, Z, X, V, K, W. And the least common vowel, as I think I've already shared with you, is U. Okay, so we want to avoid starting with words that have this in it. And so two words that I've come up with are quick, Q-U-I-C-K, okay, and views. You can see the word views has a V and a W in it. Not to say that these won't be the final answer at some point, but they're just not the place to start with, okay? Now, another phenomenon that has been sweeping the business world is digital and cryptocurrencies, or cryptocurrencies, if you will. In episode 130, we were joined by a treasury professional who set up a program at her company to accept digital currencies as payments. And she talked with us about some of the challenges that she faced in that endeavor. We've got a link to it below in the show notes, as well as links to our other Wordle podcasts. And on YouTube, a link will appear momentarily to the left. So as always, we appreciate your comments, your thumbs up, your subscribes, and your shares. Good luck Wordling.